When it comes to the richest royal families in the world, most people think of those in Middle Eastern countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Dubai, or the British royal family. However, in 2021, the South China Morning Post, something surprising in an article. The richest royal family is not in Europe or the Middle East, but in Thailand, a developing country in Southeast Asia. Thailand's current King Rama X, Maha Vajiralongkorn, tops the list of the world's wealthiest royals with total assets of $43 billion. His personal assets are 2.38 times that of Saudi King Salman and 186 times that of British King Charles III. Many assume the Middle Eastern royals are the richest because they are known for keeping various exotic animals as pets and renting entire flights for their falcons. This extravagant display of wealth might be shocking to some, but not to King Rama X of Thailand, who owns a private jet fleet of 39 planes. It turns out that it's not so proper for the Middle Eastern royals to claim, "With a piece of cloth on my head, I am the richest in the world." Instead, it's more fitting for Thai royals to say, "With a piece of cloth on my chest, I am the richest in the world." King Rama X is a living example of rich and willful. Having a harem is nothing unusual. Having his wife feed the dog while naked and bestowing a military rank upon his beloved pet dog might be more shocking. Today, let's delve into the perplexing behaviors of the Thai royal family.
We love them all the same. We love them all the same.
On the surface, Thailand appears to be a constitutional monarchy like the United Kingdom and Japan, which retain nominal monarchs. However, while the King of England and the Emperor of Japan are essentially figureheads or mascots for their countries, the King of Thailand wields real political power. This reality is largely due to the decades-long effort of his predecessor, King Rama IX Bhumibol Adulyadej. With his superb political skills, Rama IX orchestrated a unique revival of royal power in modern history. He is highly revered in Thailand and is called Bhumibol the Great by the Thai people, making him the only king in modern history to receive such a title. His 70-year reign saw him thwart 20 coups and guide the country through the terms of over 30 prime ministers, all while maintaining an unshakable position as king. Power means wealth. During Bhumibol's reign, the monarchy's influence on Thailand was unprecedented. Any political faction looking to succeed in Thailand needed the support of the royal family. Major companies sought the king's participation in their ventures, hoping his endorsement would bolster their business. This could explain why the Thai monarch is the wealthiest in the world, even though the country only has a per capita GDP of $7,000. The King of Thailand owns most of the country's real estate, with more than 3,820 acres in the heart of Bangkok. These properties generate annual rental income totaling hundreds of millions of dollars, not to mention additional revenue from various businesses. Nationwide, the royal family owns about 130,000 acres of real estate. In essence, the King of Thailand effectively owns the country. On July 28, 1952, a significant event took place for the Thai people: the birth of their prince, Maha Vajiralongkorn. Maha, the only son of King Bhumibol, naturally became the heir apparent. Growing up in privilege, it's been said that he couldn't even tie his own shoes at the age of 12, laying a solid foundation for his later willful behavior. In 1962, at the age of 10, Maha visited the Royal Thai Air Force Museum and was inspired to become an Air Force pilot. 2 years later, he enrolled in the Junior Air Force Military Academy. Later, Bhumibol, having himself received a Western education, made the decision to send his son abroad for further studies. As a result, Maha spent much of his adolescence in the UK and Australia. In 1972, he was formally appointed as the Crown Prince of Thailand. In the same year, he began his studies in Australia, initially enrolling at Duntroon, the Royal Military College in Canberra. Following this, he continued his studies at the University of New South Wales. By 1977, at the age of 25, Maha returned to Thailand after completing his education. By then, he had become proficient in piloting various aircraft, ranging from jet trainers and fighter jets to transport and armed helicopters. He also gained proficiency in parachuting, bomb disposal, and other specialized operational skills. He then began his years of service in the Thai military, teaching piloting techniques, military command, and other specialized knowledge. Those days were the highlight of Maha's life, because after that he began to go wild. In 1987, Maha, then in his 30s, visited Japan on the orders of his father, King Rama, the 9th Bhumibol. During the first 3 days of the trip, Maha was very courteous, but two incidents that occurred later on infuriated him. First, the Japanese driver who was picking him up had to stop at a highway toll station to use the restroom. Then, according to Japanese tradition, Maha was required to pick up a rope from the ground to complete the unveiling ceremony of a memorial hall in Japan. These two incidents made Maha feel despised and insulted in Japan, so he immediately canceled all his engagements and rushed back to Thailand. Even so, the situation didn't become a full-blown diplomatic disaster until 9 years later, in 1996. That year, Japanese Prime Minister Ryutaro Hashimoto arrived in Thailand, only for his Boeing 747 to be intercepted on the runway for 20 minutes by 3 F-5 fighter jets, one of which was piloted by Maha himself. Still harboring resentment over his unpleasant experience in Japan 9 years earlier, Maha disregarded diplomatic norms, caring only about his own satisfaction. After all, it was his father, King Rama the 9th, who would deal with the fallout. Maha's bewildering behavior didn't stop there. Known to have a beloved pet dog named Fu, Maha ensured it lived a life of luxury. Fu, having caught Maha's eye, quickly ascended to the pinnacle of dogdom. It had dedicated caretakers for its daily needs and was even titled the Air Force Marshal of Thailand. This was no mere honorary title. Thai soldiers had to salute Fu, who traveled with the full prestige of a marshal, complete with custom military uniforms and boots, and attended numerous state banquets. Maha's wives and concubines all felt honored just to hold Fu for a moment. In 2014, an indecent video went viral online, bringing Fu international fame. The video showed Maha and his then-wife, Sri Rasmi Sawadi, vacationing in the UK, hosting a grand birthday party for Fu in a 5-star hotel. During the party, Maha ordered Sri Rasmi to kneel naked and feed Fu cake. Despite many officers and attendants being present, the couple showed no restraint. Someone present boldly recorded the video and uploaded it, shocking the world. When Fu passed away in 2015, Maha held a grand 4-day Buddhist funeral for it. Trouble seemed to follow one after another. In July 2016, Maha, 64 years old at the time, was photographed shopping with his lover, Sininat, in a Munich mall. Since Maha has long been known as a man of gossip, it wasn't surprising to see him with different women, but this time it was their attire that caught the world's attention. They were both wearing skimpy crop tops, showing off tattoos on their arms and backs. Maha has always favored such revealing tops, be it in vibrant reds, yellows, stark blacks, or crisp whites, wearing them at the airport, in malls, and while out and about. His outfits barely covered his butt crack, with his flab often visible. He even wore these vests while receiving salutes from impeccably dressed soldiers. After all, as long as King Maha is comfortable, everyone else's discomfort is their problem. King Bhumibol, likely seeing his son as a lost cause, amended the constitution to allow female succession. Maha's sister, Princess Maha Chakri Sirindhorn, became second in line to the throne. However, this move by the old king proved to be nothing more than a desperate attempt to motivate his son. On October 13, 2016, King Bhumibol passed away, sending the country into mourning. Maha then ascended the throne as King Rama X. In May 2019, Thailand held a 3-day coronation ceremony for King Rama X. The most eye-catching feature of the ceremony was his solid gold crown, weighing 7.3 kilograms, 5 whole kilograms heavier than the British crown. It featured a 545.67 carat diamond named Golden Majesty, reportedly worth $5 billion, gifted to King Bhumibol by a Thai mogul on the 50th anniversary of his coronation in 1996. After ascending the throne, Maha's behavior became even more erratic, no longer restrained by his father's presence. In 2020, following the outbreak of the pandemic, Thailand faced a series of major challenges, including shortages of medical supplies, a rising number of infections, economic recession, and social unrest. As the king, Rama X, should have stepped up to inspire his people during this crisis. Instead, in March 2020, he chose to escape to Germany with over 20 hand-picked female guards, booking a luxury resort at the foot of the Alps for his entertainment. Among his concubines was even a close friend of his daughter. While Germany was still under lockdown, Maha was frequently seen on the streets with his entourage, blatantly ignoring the pandemic regulations. During the day, he'd pedal around town in his signature crop top, and by night, he'd indulge in role-playing games with his bodyguards. Maha harbored a particular fondness for Germany during his youth while studying in Europe. Since the 1980s, he has taken vacations in Germany almost yearly, considering it his happy place. With his private fleet of 39, he can travel between Thailand and Europe at will. The fleet includes 4 Boeing passenger planes, 4 Airbus commercial planes, 24 helicopters, and 7 security aircraft. Sometimes, Maha even flies the plane himself just to feel like a pilot again. Since Maha considers Germany as much his home as Thailand, he has made lavish investments in real estate there. One of his mansions in the southwest suburbs of Munich spans 5,600 square meters, valued at 460 million Thai baht, over $12.5 million US dollars. It even has a lake and a private dock. According to German law, he is required to pay substantial property taxes for these assets. But Maha refused, claiming it was absurd for a king to be obliged to pay such taxes. The German authorities insisted that even the King of Thailand must comply with German laws in Germany. Maha didn't waste any more time on them. He simply reclassified all his properties in Germany as diplomatic assets and used his diplomatic privileges to dodge property taxes. The German authorities knew he was cheating the system, but there was nothing they could do. In the end, they didn't manage to collect a single cent of property tax from him. During the pandemic, Maha's acts of prioritizing his own pleasure while ignoring the suffering of his people infuriated the Thai people. As more and more people learned of his negligence, "Why do we need a king?" quickly became a trending topic on Twitter, now known as X. Despite the risk of imprisonment, many people openly criticized the monarch online, generating over 1.2 million comments and reactions within 24 hours, an unprecedented response. Yes, you heard that right. In Thailand, discussing the king can lead to imprisonment. Article 112 of the Thai monarchy law stipulates that anyone who defames, insults, or threatens the king, queen, heir apparent, or regent shall be sentenced to 3 to 15 years of imprisonment. In 2014, a taxi driver was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison after a passenger recorded him making negative comments about the royal family and reported it to the police. When discussing the baffling acts of Thailand's reigning king, Rama X, one cannot overlook his colorful love life. Maha's first wife was his cousin, Princess Swamsawali. They married in 1977 under their parents' arrangement. Marriages between close relatives are common in royal families to prevent the dilution of royal power. Swamsawali was born and raised in London. While she may not have been considered beautiful by societal standards, she embodied the grace of a noble upbringing. At the age of 20, she married her cousin with high hopes. A year later, they had their daughter, Princess Bhadrakitiabha. However, Swamsawali later learned that during her pregnancy, Maha had an affair with Sujarine Vivacharawongse, an actress who later became his second wife. Sujarine, who was very beautiful, started her acting career at 14, but met Maha before she became famous, becoming his secret mistress. She was only 17 when she gave birth to Maha's first child. Over the years, Sujarine gave birth to 4 sons and a daughter. Having produced so many potential heirs, Sujarine should have been able to secure her position and standing in the royal family, but fate had other plans. Swamsawali knew her marriage with Maha was in name only, but she had no right to file for divorce. Instead, she threw herself into work, assisting Maha with royal duties. Yet, Maha's behavior only worsened. In 1993, Maha took Swamsawali to divorce court, blaming her for the failure of their marriage. Swamsawali couldn't refute the accusations without risking charges of lese-majesty, which could lead to over a decade in prison. In the end, the two divorced, but Swamsawali became depressed. Long-term depression medication resulted in significant weight gain, while multiple strokes in her later years left her paralyzed, aphasic, and confined to a wheelchair. Thanks to her royal lineage, Swamsawali could still live comfortably within the palace, with many caretakers to attend to her needs. Less than a year after divorcing his first wife, Maha married his lover Sujarine in a high-profile ceremony. However, her good days were short-lived. In 1996, just 2 years after their marriage, Maha accused Sujarini of having an affair with Thai Air Force Marshal Anand. Sujarini and her 5 children were swiftly expelled from Thailand, and their passports were confiscated to prevent their return. Her 4 sons also lost their right to the throne. Unexpectedly, there was a twist of events later on. A revered Thai monk told Maha that Sujarini's daughter, Princess Sirivanavari, held a promising destiny and bore resemblance to divine mythical creatures, with the potential to bestow blessings upon the country. So, Maha summoned her back to live in the palace, and Sirivanavari had since become known as the Princess of the Divine Beast. Today, she's a well-known fashion designer. However, the whole situation surrounding Sujarini's affair seemed rather suspicious no matter how you looked at it. Maha claimed she was having an affair with Air Force Marshal Anand, who was already 60 years old at the time. But after waiting for years to join the royal family, why would Sujarini jeopardize it all with an older man of a lower rank? Despite the suspicions, outsiders could never know what truly happened. Interestingly, Maha later bestowed the very title of Air Marshal on his cherished dog, Fu Fu, though it's unclear if this was related to the alleged affair. In 2001, 5 years after kicking out his second wife, Maha moved in together with a stripper who later became his third wife, Srirasmi Suwadi. Srirasmi, 19 years younger than Maha, was a morally open-minded character. In fact, she was so open-minded that it eventually led to her downfall. In April 2005, Srirasmi gave birth to a son, Prince Dipangkorn, who is now first in line to the throne, but we'll talk about him later. After their son was born, Maha tied the knot with Srirasmi. He even elevated her family's social status, making them part of the upper class. It looked like Srirasmi had made it, securing herself a lifetime of luxury and prestige, but the reality was not so simple. In May 2014, the video of Srirasmi feeding Fufu naked was leaked online. It sparked widespread debate. Is this behavior befitting of royalty? To restore the dignity of the royal family, Maha needed a scapegoat. As a result, in December 2014, several of Srirasmi's relatives were abruptly arrested on serious corruption charges. Maha swiftly ordered the removal of the royal surname for Srirasmi's entire family. Srirasmi was forced to relinquish her title as Queen Consort and divorce Maha. With nowhere else to turn, she eventually became a Buddhist nun. Now a commoner once again, she has to prostrate herself and kowtow before her son, Prince Dipangkorn. It seems that a single misstep can lead to tragic consequences. After Srirasmi was evicted, Maha found himself in need of a new wife. Given his womanizing nature, being alone was out of the question. Even during Srirasmi's time as queen, Maha had kept several mistresses close by. The next chapter in the imperial harem saga revolves around a stewardess called Suthida and nurse Sininat. Let's start with Suthida. Born in 1978, she was 26 years Maha's junior and formerly worked as a flight attendant for Thai Airways. In 2007, she crossed paths with Maha for the first time on a flight. After becoming Maha's lover, Suthida was appointed to the Thai Royal Guard and received a promotion in military rank every 6 months. Within a few years, Suthida's military rank rivaled that of Thai Prime Minister Prayut. Eye-opening for Prayut, no doubt, considering he had dedicated over 30 years of service to get to where he is. Now moving to Sininat. She is 33 years younger than Maha and was originally a nurse at the Royal Thai Hospital. In fact, she met Maha even earlier than Suthida. At that time, Prince Dipangkorn was having some learning difficulties, and Sininat was chosen to work in the palace as his nurse. Sininat, then in her 20s and looking quite attractive in her nurse uniform, quickly caught Maha's eye. Later, he transferred Sininat to the Thai Royal Guard, which seems to be where Maha keeps his lovers. A few years later, Sininat was promoted to Major General. Clearly, she knew how to keep Maha happy, often seen wearing the skimpy crop tops she knew he liked so much. Earlier in the video, we mentioned Maha and his lover being photographed in a shopping mall in Munich, Germany. That lover was Sininat. However, when it comes to winning hearts, Sininat is no match for Suthida. Having been a stewardess, Suthida has a very likable personality and behaves kindly to everyone, which has made her very popular with the royal family. Maha's mother, Queen Sirikit, liked her so much that she even gave her earrings to Suthida. Well, it's not the value of the jewelry that matters, it's the fact that they came from the Queen Dowager. With her dignified and approachable demeanor, Suthida has also earned a great reputation among the people. What's more, Suthida never stops Maha from seeing other women. On May 1, 2019, with the support of the Thai people, Suthida was crowned Queen of Thailand. However, just 2 months later, on Maha's birthday, July 28th of that same year, Sininat was crowned noble consort. Perhaps Sininat was upset to see Suthida crowned, so she complained to Maha and asked him for a title too. After crowning, the royal family published an official biography of noble consort Sininat, which was just filled with pictures of her posturing and looking beautiful. The news of Sininat being crowned as noble consort shocked the world. Since 1935, when Thailand revised its civil code, the law has stipulated that Thai citizens practice monogamy, making polygamy and concubinage illegal and punishable as bigamy. Maha's father, Rama IX Bhumibol, spent his whole life fulfilling what he had promised as a young man, that he would love only Sirikit. Hardly could he have imagined that after his passing, his own son would boldly set a precedent for breaking the law. Dramatically, just over 80 days after Sininat was crowned, before she even had time to settle into her new role as noble consort, Maha issued another edict to strip her of the title. According to the Thai royal family, the reasons for Sininat's dismissal included obstructing the queen's accession to the throne, violating royal regulations, and being disrespectful to the king. In the end, Sininat lost the battle with Suthida. Perhaps she allowed the king's favor to cloud her judgment. After all, he did break the law to marry her. An early report suggested that Sininat passed by a portrait of the king and queen without showing respect. While it wouldn't have been a huge deal in private, her actions on public duty stirred up quite a controversy. Despite the king's affection for her, the entire royal family sided with Suthida. In October 2019, Sininat was sent to the Klong Prem Central Prison in Bangkok. However, just 10 months later, there came another dramatic twist. On July 28, 2020, Maha issued an amnesty on his birthday, and Sininat was pardoned and released from prison. On August 28, Sininat quietly appeared at Bangkok airport and flew to Germany, Maha's happy place. At the German airport, Maha, dressed in his signature crop top, picked her up in person. Later, they were caught on camera, cycling around town, with attendants kneeling beside them. Clearly, she was back to living the good life. After regaining the king's favor, Sininat reclaimed her position as an important royal, attending numerous events and ceremonies as the noble consort. But just as things started to turn around for her, a surprising turn of events left everyone stunned. In November 2020, thousands of private photos of Sininat were leaked on the internet. The first to report this was Andrew McGregor Marshall, a British journalist who specializes in reporting on the Thai royal family. On November 22nd, Andrew wrote on Twitter that an SD card had been anonymously mailed to his previous address 3 months ago and was then handed to him. He claimed that the SD card contained 1,443 private photos of Sininat, taken between June 2012 and November 2014. These photos allegedly came from the 3 Apple iPhones, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5S, and iPhone 5, that Sininat had used. Andrew did not release all the photos, but the ones he did share still sparked considerable controversy. According to Andrew, many of the photos were provocative selfies of Sininat, likely intended for Maha. There was widespread speculation that the SD card was sent to him by Queen Suthida or other members of the royal family supporting her. After all, Sininat's return to favor would have made the queen the most uneasy. Despite this scandal, Sininat's standing with the king remained unaffected. Having learned from past mistakes, she has become much more respectful to those above her. When attending events with the king and queen, Sininat was very courteous and meticulously observed the formalities. Andrew had previously revealed that when Queen Suthida was still Maha's secret lover, she gave birth to a son who has been raised in Switzerland. Since the child was born out of wedlock, the royal family has never officially acknowledged him. Andrew, often referred to as the man who understands the Thai royal family best, was the first to report both the Sininat photo scandal and the news of her royal pardon. Given his record, it's likely that the account concerning the illegitimate son holds true. To sum up Maha's romantic history, during his time as crown prince, he married 3 times: his cousin Princess Somsawali, actress Sujarini, and stripper Sri Rasmi. After ascending the throne, he married twice more, Queen and noble consort Suthida and Sinanat. Of Maha's 3 ex-wives, one is paralyzed, one is in exile, and one became a Buddhist nun. It's safe to say that being Maha's partner might be one of the riskiest jobs in the world. Although Maha has had many marriages, Maha has few eligible heirs to inherit the throne. Including the rumored youngest son born to Suthida, Maha has a total of 6 sons and 2 daughters. His eldest daughter, Princess Bajrakitiaba, was born to his first wife, Swamsawali. Although his second wife, Sujarini, bore him 4 sons and 1 daughter, only one, Princess Sirivanavari, known as the Princess of Divine Beast, is the only child still acknowledged by the royal family. Given the royal family's preference for male heirs, Prince Dipangkorn, born to Sri Rasmi, became the first in line to the throne. However, upon closer inspection, the prince's behavior looks rather peculiar. Although Dipangkorn was born into immense wealth and nobility, he hasn't enjoyed the happiest life. His mother was evicted and became a Buddhist nun when he was young, while his father indulged in a life of pleasure. Despite his luxurious and prestigious upbringing, the prince has always been very lonely. Media reports suggest that he suffers from autism or intellectual learning disabilities. While the validity of these claims is uncertain, Dipangkorn's many peculiar behaviors did raise some eyebrows. In 2016, during the funeral of the late King Bhumibol, everyone bowed their heads in solemn respect. Amidst this solemnity, a highly inappropriate scene unfolded. Dipangkorn, standing in the back row, suddenly hugged his sister, Princess Sirivanavari, and began teasing and joking around with her. Given King Bhumibol's godlike status among the Thai people, this behavior shocked many. Widespread criticism followed the incident, with many questioning Dipangkorn's mental soundness. To quell public outrage, the royal family released a statement claiming learning disabilities for the prince. And that was not the only time. 3 years later, Prince Dipangkorn once again made headlines during his father Maha's coronation ceremony. On that joyous day, Rama X Maha bestowed new titles on all royal members, including Prince Dipangkorn. However, when accepting the medal awarded by the king, Dipangkorn struggled to perform even a few simple kneeling movements. Concerned that his son would make a fool of himself, Maha gestured to the guards to help Dipangkorn adjust his attire. Despite their help, Dipangkorn still managed to drop the medal in front of everyone, making an incredibly awkward scene for the audience. To make matters worse, during the ensuing ceremony, Dipangkorn actually fell asleep and had to be repeatedly nudged awake by the guards. On the other hand, Maha's eldest daughter, Princess Bajrakitiaba, enjoys a much better reputation among the public. Since her youth, she's been exceptionally diligent and versatile, showing keen interest in politics, economics, art, and music. She's also deeply committed to philanthropy, actively engaging in social initiatives, and even founding charity organizations. Things took a turn in December 2022, when rumors began circulating that Princess Bajrakitiaba passed away suddenly from a heart attack. Although the royal family was quick to deny these claims, the princess has not appeared in public since. With an intellectually challenged prince and a missing eldest princess, many are wondering if the prophecy about the fall of the Thai Chakri dynasty in the 10th generation could come true. Let's take a closer look at the curse of the 10th monarch. Many people may not know that King Rama X also has a Chinese name, Zheng Mian. In fact, every royal member of the Chakri dynasty has a Chinese name, and the reason for this dates back over 250 years ago. In ancient times, Thailand was called Siam and had a long-standing rivalry with its neighboring country, Myanmar. In 1767, the Burmese army broke through Ayutthaya, the capital of Siam, bringing an end to the Ayutthaya dynasty, the second dynasty in Thai history. Despite the fall of the kingdom, various local powers continued to exist. On the southeastern coast of Siam, there was a particularly powerful army led by Zheng Xin, who was of half-Chinese descent. Zheng Xin's father, Zheng Yong, was a farmer from Guangdong, China, who had smuggled himself into Siam in search of a better life. After arriving in Siam, Zheng Yong quickly realized that gambling was not only widespread, but also legal. With his keen business sense, he managed to obtain the rights to run the local gambling operations. As he accumulated wealth from his successful casino endeavors, he grew closer to high-ranking officials of Siam, most notably Minister Chow Phraya Chakri. Chow Phraya is a title in Siam, roughly equivalent to a marquis in ancient China. At that time, Minister Chakri had a major worry: he was childless. Learning this, Zheng Yang offered his newborn son, Zheng Xin, to the minister to raise as his own. While some believed Zheng Yang did this to ingratiate himself with Siam's elite, his true hope was for his descendants to rise in social status, and Zheng Xin did not disappoint, excelling in both civil and military affairs as he grew up. After the Ayutthaya dynasty fell, Zheng Xin rallied forces in the southeast, counterattacked the Burmese army, and eventually recaptured Ayutthaya, restoring Siam's independence. On December 28, 1767, at just 33 years old, Zheng Xin was crowned king and established Thailand's third dynasty, the Thonburi Kingdom. Zheng Xin was honored as King Thonburi, or King Taksin the Great, and became one of the 5 great kings in Thai history. However, the Thonburi dynasty lasted only a brief 15 years. In 1782, a military coup took place in the Thonburi Kingdom, and Zheng Xin was killed by his right-hand man and close friend, Thong Duong Chakri. This marked the beginning of the Chakri dynasty, also known as the Rama dynasty, or Bangkok dynasty, which continues to this day. Thong Duong, who became the first monarch known as Rama I, sought to gain the support of the suzerain Qing dynasty. He wrote a letter claiming to be Zheng Xin's son, Zheng Hua, and paid tribute to the Qing government, which accepted his position as king. Since then, all royal members of the Rama dynasty have also adopted Chinese names. It is said that before his death, King Taksin left a curse: "Those who usurp my throne will fall in 10 generations." Coincidentally, Maha is indeed the 10th king of the Rama dynasty. However, recent news reports suggest that Prince Dipangkorn has been feigning foolishness all along to lower the guard of other royal family members. We should know that when Dipangkorn was with his biological mother, Sri Rasmi, as a child, he seemed like a normal, smart little boy. On the day Sri Rasmi was evicted from the palace, young Dipangkorn was there to see his mother off. The mother and son hugged tightly at the palace gates, crying and whispering to each other. Perhaps Sri Rasmi warned him, "The palace is full of dangers, my son, and I can't be there with you. You have to feign ignorance to protect yourself. When you become king, we can reunite, and the whole kingdom will be ours." Of course, it's impossible to know for certain what was said, but if this scenario indeed unfolds, it will undoubtedly be another shocking development for the world. It looks like there is still much to anticipate from the Thai royal family. That's all for today. If you like our videos, feel free to subscribe or leave a like. I'll see you next time.